Today we're going to learn how to paste inside and do an isometric box. Here we have a picture and we have a multi-view. This is the multi-view, top, front, and right side. I've already pasted two images into these two pieces, and I'm going to show you how to do this. You line your piece up the way you'd like it to lie in the box. You do an object arrange and send the photo to the back. The path and the photo both need to be selected in order for there to be a clipping mask. It used to be called paste inside, now it's a clipping mask. Make. There you go. Your picture is now clipped out and you have your box. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to select the top part and we're going to follow an isometric formula of 86.6 on the vertical. Now, if we double click on the scale, we'll choose non-uniform, vertical, 86.602. And click preview, and we should see a substantial drop in the height of this, and say OK. Now the next thing we do is we want to shear this a horizontal shear in 30 degrees. So we double click, we choose horizontal, and we put the shear angle up here at the top as 30 degrees and say OK. This is a correct look. And then the last thing is the rotate, and I pulled the rotate tool off and I double click on it, and we're going to rotate it minus 30 degrees. So hit the minus key and 30 and say OK. And that's the beginning of our box top. Let's go to the front of the multi-view. The front, we again will go to the scale tool. We'll pull these down here so they are not so far away. And we'll double click on it. And notice that it's shrunk okay already. Say OK. And then we're going to shear it. And again we will shear it, but this time it will be with a minus in front of it. And say OK. And you'll see this change to this look. And now we're going to rotate it in minus 30 degrees. So there's minus 30 in the rotate, and say OK. And this is starting to look like we want it to. We can just move it over here and line it up, and you can see the beginning of the box. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to work on the bottom, or the right hand side, double clicking on the horizontal scale, accepting the 86.602. Next thing we'll do is shear. Shear is 30 degrees, so we'll double click, take that minus out of there, and say OK. Now we're going to go to rotate, and rotate is a 30 degree rotate, so we'll take that minus out of there and say OK. And move this. Okay. Say OK. We're going to move this up and snug it in, and there you have the box. Now you could have had these grouped together and rotated with the words on it, or you can take the words and make them into outlines. So we'll go to type and create outlines, and we'll group that so that it's a group, and then we could run that through and put it on whatever side. Let's say we want it on the right side we will first run through the shrinking of the scale, 86.6. Then we're going to do a minus 30, and here we'll just put a minus in and say okay. And then we're going to rotate it, and that is a, oh, wait a second, I think I just did it for the top. We'll put it on the top. And then we're going to rotate it to a minus 30. Okay. No, let's go backwards in time here. And let's try it again. And follow the formula more correctly. We've got 86.6, that's correct. We want to do the right side, so we want a 30 degree. And yes, 30 degree. And then we're going to rotate it. And rotation is 30 degrees, and that is okay. Now, it's so easy to get the wrong number, so you can lay your soap words on top, and you can design your box using this method, running each item through the rotation and creating your box. That's as simple as it is. There you go.